music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Hello, I'm here with Nargiza Akbekova, founder and CEO of AI Group. We're at the CEO Women's 3rd Edition Conference, and I can't wait to dive in and ask you so many questions. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for being here. It's an honor to be sitting here with you. Today's conference, this year's conference, is focusing on the theme of healthcare. And of course, it's CEO Women. It's the 3rd edition. It has been so successful for 3 years. So to kick us off, I just want to ask you, how would you define empowering women?
Empowering women is the next level leadership training. I believe it's going to take place newly in the years. But we started personally pay attention with AI Group to women leadership in the last year. Why? Usually, when we go to the conferences and perform our speeches and present our trainings, we are the only women among men, and this has actually inspired us to be the part of Women in Biz International campaign, as I presented on this conference at CEO Women, that Skill Hub, which is a part of AI Group and a newly opened training institute in Dubai in Arab Emirates, became the first training institute to be a part of Women in Biz International campaign, which allows us to give a discounted price and privileges to women entrepreneurs.
Wow. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
amazing.
You.
Speaking of women entrepreneurs, how do you think we can foster a more equal and diverse space for women to thrive?
I think women are on the right place at the moment. I believe men should do men's work and women, we can do women's work. Why? As a CEO, as a woman, I do understand that we have a very different vision with men CEOs.
Yeah.
We are mostly focused on emotional intelligence, meanwhile men are more logic at work. They are more about numbers and specific deals, and I believe in the combination of man and woman. When we talk about empowering women, it doesn't mean that we say zero to men managers and top management. But what I mean, everything is good in balance and a combination. I always prefer at my client's company to make a combination of CEO as a man or woman and COO as another.
Yeah. So to
When
have
they
that
work
balance.
together, yes, it is a great balance. It is a great combination because we are all different. And we can combine and we can add more value to the companies, to the income, to the clients. We can make more exceptional customer service when we are combined together. So for me, it is not only women education or man education. We do not really align with the diversity. So we're always trying to combine and to unite people.
So you think it's still very important to have the balance where
Yes.
gender equality is still
Yes.
at the forefront?
Gender equality, a nice question. I believe that everyone should do their work.
Yes.
I could be great in this as a woman, but I can't feel the man's side. It doesn't matter how many times I will be trained.
You said in AI Group you have, up until a year ago, you were the only woman CEO in the room.
Yes.
How have you overcome these challenges in the last year, and how do you feel you can continue to overcome these challenges? I feel like you already have with the launch in Dubai. But in this year, what have you seen that needs work, and what do you feel can be fixed or has been fixed?
You know, I founded AI Group in 2015, and as a young CEO, I never attended any conferences and public speeches before. So for the last 2 years, when I really started to be more public and try to empower with my story and other people, I found out really that 99% of all of the attendees and major speakers are men. How I feel about that, it's always exciting.
Yeah.
And the day before the conference, I'm always looking through the guests list, the speakers list, and major part, I always see 90% of men. And it's not just men. It is top management, it is parliament speakers, it is politicians, celebrities. And I always feel myself, you know, a small Central Asian girl, 20 years old, and
Wow.
coming to this big stage and I was always not just only excited, but of course afraid as well, because when you're going to the big stage, okay, I have a great background. I have nice experience because we experienced so many things with AI Group, because when I founded the company, we faced 3 crises on the row. So COVID was the final one we thought, but then it was some war and circumstances in the region. So we really, my experience aligned with all of these crises. But when we came to the stage for the first time with my team, I was speechless. For one day, I just didn't talk to anyone, and I tried to deal with myself how to be confident in front of these people. And it's very interesting when we talk about that, but maybe after major stages, after my dream stages, I dreamed to be at Forbes. Once I performed there, it just went away.
Wow. You're accomplishing a lot of dreams in a lot of short amount of time. I just want to applaud you for that, because it's so inspiring. And you were 20 years old when you began.
I am now 28 years old.
You are now 28, but you were 20 when you started?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Can you please tell me a little bit about the challenges you faced, other than, of course, the fears and the nerves?
Yeah.
But at 20 years old, what was the fight that you had to keep going?
I started to work full-time when I was 18, and the story is very simple and funny, as I'm coming from a conservative Muslim family. In our culture in Central Asia, they don't really allow, but girls' education is not a priority. So major part of the girls' culture is to be married, to serve husband's family, and to be a good wife, to be a good daughter, and to be focused more on family. It is very cultural in my country as well. So why I started to work that early, because I wanted to study abroad in States, in Yale and Europe, but my father didn't allow me to go out of the country, as Nargis, you are not married, so you have to stay at home, so there is no possibility you can have a foreign education. And I got crazy, honestly.
Tell me I can't do something, I'm going to want to do it more.
Yeah, exactly. And my luck was that at 15 years old, I was switched to the economical and financial college. So at 18, I already had at least one simple educational degree. So I gave my documents to online education at the university, and I started to work full-time, and I couldn't find a job. Of course, this is a new market when you don't have any experience, of course, and you're just sending your CV 100,000 times a day to find something. So I found my first job, and I started as an accountant assistant with a salary of $90. There was a big jewelry manufacturer, and I really did my best. I tried and worked so hard, and meanwhile, I started to think about my own business. So before COVID, mostly I was doing jewelry import and export with fashion accessories. So we were importing a lot of goods from Singapore, from Vietnam, from China and Turkey. Imports in wholesale manufacturers. So we were all about the exhibitions, B2B jewelry fashion exhibitions, finding the distributors and sending a wholesale bunch of products. When COVID hit it just
all stopped.
Exhibition industry actually didn't come back yet to their positions. So it's already 4 years ahead of it, but it's still not on the good level as it was before. So during COVID, I started to think like what to do and how we can switch our companies, and it was quite impossible actually. We were great at event management, at exhibitions, and just we started to pack all of the knowledge that we have into online services so we can consult people how to make it in the future. So we believe that COVID will stop one time, right? But COVID was very challenging because we didn't want to fire people. So in order to keep their basic salaries, I sold my house, I sold my car. By that time, I already made a lot of money. And me and my partners, we just sold actually every asset that we had. We didn't have that many, but I had one apartment and a car. So at least to cover the costs, to keep the team together. And we didn't have any income during COVID with all of this exhibition and import stuff. So Then we switched to online services, which was business development in completely new field. And I was already in Dubai just before COVID. So in the middle of the crisis, I didn't have any money, any house, car, and I was in Dubai, in one of the most expensive cities in the world. So I remember technically when I had my last $1,700 in my bank account, like manifestation, like I told in my speech, just when I understood that everything is gone, I made a new vision board. I put my goals like I want this
so you had to start over 3 times.
Yes, I was in so big debt back then. Yes, I sold some stuff, but I was also needed to give money to the clients for the advance payments they needed, the investors' money for the clients as well. So it was a big, big money gap back then. Then it's all about manifestation and a hard work. 2 years after COVID, I didn't have any days off, and I literally bought a bed in my office. So I didn't go home. Yeah, so I literally lived in the office, and we used to work 20, sometimes 22 hours per day, which was crazy. No weekends, no days off, no parties. So 2 years of extremely hard work. Then we made tons of money. We paid out our debts. We invested a lot of money into our new projects. Then the Russian war started, and we lost everything like in 6 months again.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, because a lot of bank accounts got frozen and a lot of investments got frozen, and it was quite the same situation as it was in COVID, but I think worse because everything was clear. Like, we cannot sell our cars, we cannot sell our apartment. And there was very funny situation when my clients and their investor called me. I remember it was November and October 2022. Imagine a multi-millionaires calling me by phone asking me to hand them cash at least for $2,000 because, you know, all of our assets as normal people, we put our money into bank accounts.
Yeah.
Nobody expected it will
you can access it.
And we started to think like what to do, how to cash out at least something, and we had 3 bank accounts. All of them were gone and frozen. Yes, you know, technically that you have money, your capital appreciation is going crazy, but in the reality you don't have cash even to pay for your housing. And this situation was not only with us but with all of our clients, investors, partners and subcontractors. So there was really, I
feel like you've lived 5 lifetimes in the past years, and some people don't even. Your story is inspiring. I think you are the epitome of CEO women.
Thank you.
And congratulations on everything that you've done and you continue to do at a relatively young age. And I just want to thank you so much. I can speak to you all day. I have so many more questions, but I don't want to take up any more of your time. Thank you. You've inspired me so much. I feel like I need to go work. Leave and go work. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It was my pleasure.
Stay tuned because we still have interviews coming your way at the CEO Women 2024 conference.
Nile